everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am joined again by Callum and Jamie as a bit of a bonus stream here on YouTube and on X. They did not expect to be streaming tonight. However, it is the fight week for UFC 309, and yet again, we have to react to the press conference, react to Jones walking out of interviews, and Dana finally turning on his goat. But make sure everyone that's tuning in, make sure to hit the like button, share button, and subscribe button as well. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on X, follow my socials at LukeTanner257, at Callum Sanderson and the Sanderson Show, and at Chats Jamie LFC. See, I got it in the end. How are we doing? I'll just go through some of these comments first. Chapman says, big up, guys. Big up to you. CJ, big up, Luke, Jamie, and Cal. Big up to you. Kind of did that. The finished article, Stipe is right. Jones, the little bitch, little duck. Let's, before we touch on the press conference, I will touch on something else, because yesterday we reacted to Media Day, because Media Day was pretty mad. John Jones throwing around these wild comments about not fighting Aspinall, wants to fight Pereira. If he doesn't fight Pereira, he's going to retire. Big up, GOAT since 1997. Big up to you. So basically singing out all these things, right? And today they released the interview with TNT Sport. The guys over there, Adam Catchell, Nick Pete, who follows me on Twitter, by the way. So shout out Nick Pete if you're watching this. Do great quality content, and they posted a little clip of Jones walking in, and he shakes hands with Adam Catchell, who we know Adam Catchell is close to the Aspinall camp. He's very straight down the middle, as you can see on their YouTube channel. And he shakes a hand. John Jones just goes, yeah, you know what? I'm not really feeling this, Turns around, walks out, and went, I know what he's going to. It's just going to be an Aspinall fest. And then just walks out. And then there's another video of him going, hey, look, I know you two and Aspinall are close. I just know what type of questions that you're going to ask me. And Alan Catchell, the professional, goes, hey, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, you can talk to who you want. And does the interview with Nick Pete, who ironically is a massive John Jones fan, as he has said multiple times. So I'll speak to you, Jamie, first, whilst we wait for Callum. What did you think of that whole altercation? Because I didn't really like it. I thought it was a bit classless, really. Like, yes, I know fighters don't want to speak to some interviewers. You could have sorted that out without a camera being in the face. I just feel like that it was another show.
Yeah, look, as you just said, it does happen. Some fighters have got particular journalists they will talk to, and journalists they won't talk to for whatever reason. That is just a thing. Maybe it's unfortunate all the cameras are there, but it was weird, because it's not like he doesn't know who he is. Now, Adam Catchell is quite a big deal in British combat sport journalism. He's quite a big deal. So he's going to know who he is. So for him to go, he shakes his hand, he goes to sit down and start the interview, don't he? And then he sort of goes, you know what, and that, I've just realised who you are. And gets up and walks away, and just tells him, look, you're part of Aspinall, you're Aspinall's boy. I feel like you're just going to set me down a river. And that's fair. I mean, that happens, yeah. It happens. Some journalists, some fighters just won't talk to certain journalists because they feel like that journo's just going to send them down a river of questions they don't want to answer. But the fact that he pretended that he didn't know him to start with is the weird thing. He should have never, when he found out, right, TNT Sports want to talk to you in an interview, 10 minutes, and Clatterall's going to be the guy interviewing you, straight away he should have gone, nah. If he went straight away, no, I'm not. I don't want to do the interview with Clatterall because, I do
with Nick Pete. That'd be like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, and that'd be fine. But if he did it that way, I don't think any of us have an issue, because I think all fighters do that, don't they? Have their particular journalists. But to sit down, see the camera, think that he's being set up when he's not, it's just weird behaviour. It's weird behaviour, isn't it? It's weird behaviour.
Because we know, right? Like, Yeah, of course. I think he got triggered by the video he did on their channel, the Fight Disciples, where he basically broke down. Which, do you know, it's not the first time Adam Cattrall has done that with regards to certain situations. He is not on the Christmas card lists of Tyson Fury, Frank Warren, who, you know, when the whole Tyson Fury fiasco was happening, got into a bit of a ding dong with Frank Warren on Talk Sport. Conor Benn, he's definitely not, you know, he's definitely not on Conor Benn's Christmas card list, which is well documented why after the whole drug fiasco thing. But he shoots from the hip, which I think, like, he shoots from the hip, which is, I actually admire that, sticking to his guns. Yeah, of course, you're not going to please everyone. I just wish you could have handled that, like, off camera. You could have handled that off camera where there's not many cameras around. 'Cause I'm pretty sure beginning of media day, you see a list of everyone you're supposed to see. And you can go, yeah, cool. Yeah, yes. And, you know, people obviously on the side of, well, of Adam, obviously, you know who tweeted as well. Dana's favorite interviewer. Nina was like, because obviously she quote tweeted, right? She goes, "This happens on every fight card, but most of you don't know because the cameras are not always on. I've seen this
I've
too
read this.
many times. I've had UFC fighters decline my interviews because I'm friends with Sean Strickland or Alex Pereira, and I think I might be biased. This is nothing new, and I never take it personally. But I don't think the guys at TNT took it personally. But put yourself in the fighter's shoes. You're ready. You're getting ready to fight another human in front of millions of people, and declining an interview is a way of protecting their energy, especially if they're talking about someone you are not even fighting at the moment." Okay, the first part I can agree with. The second part I don't agree with, right? Because the fans want to have a right to know about this. Because let's be honest, how much of this fight week has been spoken about Jones and Stipe? Apart from a little bit at the press conference, we'll touch on a bit later. How
No,
much is
yeah,
spoken
it's
about
like
Jones and Stipe?
it is like it's Jones versus Aspinall, ain't it?
Yeah, because let's be
It
honest, like,
literally is.
Jones and Stipe has been like an afterthought. Because we're all like, huh?
It's not because no one wants to see it. That's why.
Are you a heavyweight champion? It's not fighting his interim because he wants to fight an old man. Like, no disrespect to Stipe, you know, legend, icon. I hope he gets the job done, rolls back the years. Many people don't think he is, but I think he could. And I just didn't like, I just thought it was a little bit like, oh, look at me, you know, let's get in front of the cameras. Because hey, if this is John Jones' last ever fight week, my God, you're going out in a certain way, you know, to leave a real sour taste in.
What I will say about Nina, like, what I will say about Nina, why did she make it all about her again? Like, everyone knows how it works. Like, me and Luke can be there and goes, yeah, we know how it works. We don't have to talk about it. The world knows how it works. We all know we don't like talking to certain journalists and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we all know. Why does she make it about her again? Like, making shit up about no one talks to me because of my associations with Strickland and all that. Well, bullshit. Everyone talks to her. Everyone talks to her. She's full of crap. And she made it all about her again. This woman's got to go. I'm sick of the slag. I'm saying it right now, man. I am sick of this slag. Get her gone, man. Get her gone. Next time she's training with Pereira, I want someone to bung check Pereira, just give her a head kick. Just head kick the bitch. I want her gone, man. I am sick and tired of her. She makes every single UFC event. Every single UFC event is about Nina.
I've not seen much of her this week, to be fair. I've not actually seen anything of her this week.
And that's why she quote tweeted this to make it all about herself.
But she has got
she get her fanny out next. You watch. I bet she gets her fanny out next. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, so obviously, you know, the tweet that I was expecting to see today was a tweet from Adam Cattrall, right? So I just read out his tweet. Classy as always. Shout out Adam Cattrall as well. Hopefully he follows me back one day. You know, I'm still waiting for the other half.
He's a classy man, though.
He said, I've received a lot of messages today. Nothing changes. I will continue in the manner I've always done, giving an honest, well-formed, fair opinion. I appreciate that if you do this job properly, you will at times run into moments of friction, and I've got no problem with someone disagreeing with my point of view on the subject. And always welcome to constructive discourse. We can agree to disagree. It isn't personal ever. Yes, I do have friendships in fight sports, but they do not cloud the way I approach my work. I respect John and all other athletes I'm fortunate to speak to and I look forward on one day sitting down with him and reflecting on the sensational career. Good luck to him and Stipe. Thank you for the love. Onwards we go. And obviously, Nick Pete being Nick Pete says, adding John to my Christmas card list, Frank Tyson Connor laughing face. So obviously that's the running.
Nick wouldn't have had it, man. Nick wouldn't have had it. Nick's a bit more.
No, and plus Nick is a John Jones fan as well. Like he's openly said he's a John Jones fan. We've got no problem with. I did listen to
a lot of people were. Let's face it, a lot of people were John Jones fans.
Yeah,
it's just a slag now.
I just mentioned this. Shout out Daz as well. Big up Jamie. Who you got tomorrow? Tyson or Paul? I got my Tyson.
I want Tyson to win, but he's 58 years of age, just married away. But Mike Tyson had zero chill. Did you see the way he spoke to that little girl in that interview?
Yeah, I did.
She must have gone on crying. He's got no chill. What do you think about your legacy? Like he's going, there's no such thing as a legacy. What you do, you're born, you fight, and you die. And she's sitting there going, I'm 12 years old, Mike. I'm like, and he's giving her daggers. I'm like, Mike, no, chill, Mike. Mike's in fight mood. If Mike was 10 years younger, I'd say Mike to win. If he was at least 10 years younger.
Look, Adam Cattrall's now on Talk Sport now. He's on Talk Sport now about this. Jake's so I've been in this situation plenty of times covering MMA and boxing. I'm always prepared to have a proper conversation. If he doesn't want to, he's well within his rights not to have this conversation. Facts.
Yeah, he's in his right. Yeah, and there's no doubt about that. But he made a bit of a meal of it, let's face it. He knows who Adam Cattrall is. Let's not pretend he don't know who Adam Cattrall is. Come on.
Yeah, like he's interviewed.
He's interviewed every bloody UFC fighter.
Yeah, pretty much. And I've not seen anyone's got a bad word to say about him. Like,
no, he's a great guy.
But
then that hussy makes it all about herself.
Osman at the media conference trying to weaken Mike mentally because they know once he's in the ring, it's game over for the clown Jake. Let's hope so. But speaking of press conferences, let's speak about the one tonight UFC 309 press conference, which was live before we started. So me, Jamie, and Callum, we all watched it. So let's start from the top. Let's start at the top of the thing. I have a bone to pick with the UFC. First of all, that video package is factually incorrect. John Jones is not undefeated. Like he said, he is not undefeated. He lost via disqualification.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Not undefeated. I really don't like that. That's mismarketing. And if someone wanted to be petty enough to sue the UFC, they could, because technically it's false advertisement. John Jones is not undefeated because he has got a loss in his record. After the MMA Guru video, John Jones has come out, proper fairy. Hey, that video was nasty still. It was nasty still. So that was issue number one. Yeah, that was my big issue to start off with. I don't know if not that you agree. Because I thought,
yeah, they are. It's because the 12-6 elbows are legal now, so they're probably going to take that away. It will be taken away, but I don't think it should. Yeah, because something's legal now, it wasn't legal back then. No, so that means you take away results. Do you know what I mean? I've got a feeling though, John Jones is the first fighter to win by 12-6 elbows.
It wouldn't surprise me. And also, the official UFC Twitter account obviously is live on YouTube. See the YouTube comments. And everyone put loads
There
of
was
ducks.
duck
And guess what the
emojis everywhere,
UFC
man.
put? W chat. And the UFC put a duck in there as well. So they are fully, playing along with this as well. Because let's be honest, right? Like, I know we'll touch on it in like a minute. Like, I know Jones says that he's done, but if the UFC is smart enough, they say to John, saying, hey, if you want to fight Pereira, you're going to have to fight Aspinall. You're going to have to. Let's sort out the contract so there's no way of getting out of it. And let's really play on this. Let's actually make you the heel that, let's be honest, you should have been your whole career. Instead of this old version of Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, trying to push to be a babyface, but let's be honest, you're better when you're a dickhead type of thing. CJ with a comment, Dana said he tried to get the commission to take it away, but they wouldn't. Yeah, he did say that and said that it will be a blemish on his record. So
it should be.
Yeah, John Jones. So Dana got asked. He got asked about, hey, Tommy Aspinall, is he going to fight the winner? And Dana says that the winner of John Jones versus Stipe should fight Tom Aspinall. The crowd erupts and goes, Tommy, Tommy, Tommy. And
Yeah,
Jones
you would have thought
that one thing.
Calm
Knock
down,
it off.
lads, whatever. Yeah, knock it off.
Just
That's it.
made the crowd get louder, and you just made your biggest baby face in the company.
Do we? Right. Let's play conspiracy theory here. Is this a whole game from John Jones to be the bad guy? So I heard someone talk about this earlier today. There was someone on Twitter talking about this today. And they said I don't mean to take this to wrestling, but bear with me. So when The Rock came back, no one wanted. Everyone was happy when The Rock came back because it's The Rock here. But as soon as they found out he was taking Cody Rhodes' spot, everyone revolted, didn't they? And what The Rock did, he decided, you know what? Let's play on it. Let's completely play on it, and we'll turn. So someone said, "Is this similar? Is John Jones really just playing up to it to do the heel thing? Because the way because he must know, because some of the things he says make zero sense. Yeah, saying Aspinall's not done anything that's worth it, but I'm going to fight Jamel Hill. Things like that make zero sense, right?
Derek Lewis's fun super fights. And they go, what?
Yeah, it don't make no sense. It's like he's legitimately knows what he's doing. And when he said that little comment, when they're all going, Tom, 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 right? And they're all cheering for Aspinall in the crowd. And he said, get over it, or whatever it was. And he sort of smiled when he did it. I just got this feeling, though, we could have the biggest bad guy, biggest good guy MMA fight ever. Because let's face it, when John Jones and DC went at it, a lot of the crowd didn't like DC. DC was getting booed and John Jones was getting cheered. And John was the arsehole. So are we going to have this biggest bad guy, good guy?
As well. We'll mention that as well, because DC got brought up as well. And obviously, when Dana says that, what's the first thing the next person asks? Hey, John, how does it feel that Dana's basically said you have to fight Tom Aspinall? And he goes, I have no reaction. Shock. I'm focused on Saturday.
It's like he knows. I'm telling you,
Callum,
I might be. No, it's not good enough, Cal. I might be. I might be onto one here. I'm telling you, I'm thinking John. It's making sense. John is doing The Rock's character in WWE, and Cody Rhodes, and Aspinall is Cody Rhodes, and we're going to have the biggest bad guy, good guy MMA fight of all time. It's all on purpose. I'm telling you.
He's not fighting Tom Aspinall.
I think he is. I think this is a marketing ploy. I think it's a marketing ploy because he went the other day. I've been speaking to Dana and Hunter, and Aspinall's name never came up. And then Dana went, no, whoever wins definitely has to fight Tom.
Yeah,
And the
but he's
crowd
also
erupts.
said if he,
and then the
he's
way
also
he
said
went,
if Pereira, he's not fighting.
and the,
Yeah,
and that's why it's the bad guy thing. That's why it's the bad guy thing. You know, like The Rock did. He took Cody's spot, and everyone went mad. I'm telling you, they work for the same company. Don't forget this. Rock's actually their boss. Just putting it out there. It's a heel move.
I'll be honest. I don't think John's not a good enough actor. This is just who he is as a person. Rock can play a character who's a bad guy. John Jones is just that person.
I don't know. Have you seen Red One? Jesus.
I want to go and see it, so no spoilers. So obviously the presser, Michael Chandler gets booed. He gets booed on.
We're in New York. They love Connor.
Yeah, well, no, they love Charles. But before we carry on, Callum, any thoughts on Jones? Walking out of the interview with Adam Cattrall.
All right. So honestly speaking, I don't think he was wrong not to do the interview, but how he went about it was completely wrong. Like, all right, say for example, Luke, me and you have a beef, and I know you and Jay are cool. If Jay calls me and goes, Cal, would you jump on this show? But Luke might be on. I'd be if I went, Jay, you're an idiot. Don't ever call me again. Don't ask me these stupid questions. Jay would be like, bro, that's a bit much. Whereas if I just went,
we are coming close to that, ain't we? We are coming close to that.
I got too much love for you, Jay, bro. If I then turned around and went, Jay, do you know what? Me and Luke ain't really seen eye to eye, bro. Do you mind if I come on another show where he's not on? It's the same answer, just delivered different. If he had just said to Adam Cattrall, look, I get we're representing TNT Sport. I get Aspinall's a UK fighter, and I get what the situation is at the moment. But look, I'm just asking you, like, if you can just focus questions on Stipe. I don't even want to speak about Alex Pereira. I just want to focus on Stipe. A few days out from the fight, I just want to channel my energy towards Stipe. And then after the fight, it's all open field. But just for now, please, can we just do that? Adam Cattrall is one of the most professional interviewers in the game and one of the best. There is no way Adam Cattrall would have gone, nah, I'm not doing that. He would have been like, yeah, John, that's fine. I'll do that. And you know what? We'd have respected him more for it. But once again, he doesn't know how to conduct himself because everything he believes the world has to revolve around John Jones.
Yeah, I just didn't like the way that he came in and shook his hand and just went, yeah, nah, and then just walked out.
Yeah, see that just really peeved me off. Like, because I'm like,
Adam Cattrall just took it like a champ.
Yeah, he took it like a champ. But there's no way John Jones don't know who Adam Cattrall is.
Of course he does.
There's no way John Jones don't know Adam. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they probably have. But the thing is, like Cal said, we've all agreed on this that some fighters won't talk to certain interviewers because they don't like the questions and they won't go that path, and that's fine. You can talk to who you want, but the fact that he pretends he don't know who Adam Cattrall is and he's going to ask questions about Aspinall being a British fight journalist, and then you see the cameras, you're like, nah, you know what? No, it's okay. And then you get that hussy Nina. Oh my god!
Did you see Nina's tweet, Cal?
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Again, she made it all about her.
Yeah, there was no reason for her to come out and tweet. Like it had nothing to do with her. It was just, it was silly again. It was just like,
and let's be honest, Nina. Fighters don't want to do interviews with you because maybe their content's just not for you, not because you're friends with Pereira or Strickland. Maybe because your content's just not for them. And they'd rather be locked in on Fight Week rather than answering some absolute random ass questions. Anyway, moving on. Moving on from Nina. So obviously, before the press conference, obviously it was live on YouTube. The YouTube chat was so the UFC put in their chat a duck emoji. And then the
UFC did?
Yeah, the UFC.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
Emoji. And then everyone would just put ducks emoji. And then the UFC official YouTube just put W chat. So they are
you getting on with this?
Oh,
John Jones ducking.
Cal.
Reyes.
Are we sure it's the actual UFC account though?
Yeah, it's the actual UFC account.
Yeah.
No, It's highlighted in there, gold yellow. Yeah.
Yeah.
That you can only have if you're certified.
Awkward.
This is what I'm saying. It's part of the game. John Jones is doing this on purpose. The heel versus the face is happening. They're playing a superstar game. I'm telling you.
Yeah, and obviously, like, there was one thing that I didn't like about before the press conference started. I didn't like the fact they said John Jones was undefeated, because he ain't.
Yeah, but that's Dana White all over.
So technically, if I was paid to do the UFC for false advertisement, I could sue them, because technically it's false advertisement. You're promoting an undefeated fighter, but he's not undefeated. He's got a loss on the record.
Yeah.
So just go through some of these comments. Daz Reynolds, any idea when Paddy will fight next? He'll probably fight in London in March. Not even.
We all know he's not fighting though.
Pardon?
We all know he's not. We all know he's not fighting there.
Tommy Aspinall. Yeah. Not even another.
No. Usman.
Oh yeah, Usman.
Kamaru. Yeah. He ain't fighting there. Yeah, he ain't fighting there.
Yeah, he said he's not going to be ready.
W admin. Someone's getting fired.
Part of the game, guys. What part of the game?
Jones is ducking Tom 100%. If he beats Stipe, he retires. Book it. If he has to fight Tom, he will retire. If he retires, good. Can't help but pull for Stipe. Jones talks about how Stipe talked about his family. Like Jones, it's like Jones beat your wife and hit a pregnant woman. All facts.
Mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
All facts. Like, we'll touch on that as well, because obviously Stipe's a man of very, very few words, right? And obviously, it was sort of like
for reasons.
Yeah, it's like Stipe is a guy, very, very few words, right? And you got asked about, Stipe called you a bitch. How does it make you feel? And it's like, it's personal now.
Yeah.
And then Stipe just put, Stipe, what do you feel about that? I was like, well, yeah, I called him a bitch because he said that he's going to basically smash my face in front of all the crowd, like, sorry for defending myself.
Yeah. Which
and then it's like about the kids stuff. Like, of course, like, your kids will never look at you straight in the eye and think, well, my dad's an absolute arse. Like, your kids are never going to look you in the eyes the same.
But that wasn't directed to Jones. He never said that about Jones.
No, never.
Guy.
Never. And then obviously, hey, John Jones fight week. Got a question about him and DC. Like, we still want to talk about this.
Yeah,
and he got asked saying, hey man, would you like to squash the beef with DC? And of course, John Jones says, I want to squash the beef. Of course he wants to squash the beef.
You can't squash DC, Jesus.
Yeah. It's like he wants to squash the beef with DC, but let's be honest, like, if you're in DC's position, would you really want to squash the beef when DC's biggest moment in his UFC career is basically marred because you were coked off your tits, failing drugs tests, got made to get interviewed after getting head kicked, only for that whole result to be a no contest because you were
UFC 200 cancelled because of
200 cancelled
doping violations. Like,
doping violations.
He expects DCs to be cool with him. The guy, I'm telling you, the guy lives in his own. He lives in his own world. He literally lives in his own world.
You know why DC won't forgive him? Because if DC was the same age as Jones, I think they could potentially squash the beef. But when this was happening, DC was just out of his prime. Like it wasn't the prime DC no more. And dragging it out
really
slower.
Apart from Gustafsson, I don't know if he's fought anyone in their prime. And this is not me trying to nitpick his resume, but Shogun, Jay, we watched Pride, bro. That wasn't prime Shogun. Shogun had been beaten by Forrest Whitaker before this. Wasn't prime Rampage. Wasn't prime Lyoto Machida. Wasn't prime Vitor Belfort, even though Vitor was off his face on TRT. Wasn't prime Rashad Evans.
He worked on TRT when he fought Jones, I think.
No, he was. He was juiced up to the gills.
No, he was, really. Well, that shows that Jones was, I suppose.
Yeah, but
Chris Wyman,
as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Shogun's right, mate. Shogun was never really that great in UFC. I know he became
No, he
champion, but
wasn't. He wasn't.
he's
When he fought
205
Chael
Pride
Sonnen,
days. It's scary.
Chael Sonnen came up from 85 pounds and wasn't even a champion in that division.
When he was
Like
205, yeah.
DC's, I mean, who else? Anthony Smith. I mean, like less said the better.
I think there's only
Thiago
a few
Santos.
legitimate fights. Yeah. And there's only a few legitimate fights you could say he beat people in their prime. Probably DC and
DC was older than Jones, I think, when they first fought, or when they fought one of the
DC,
times.
To be fair, DC got into fighting quite a lot older, didn't he?
So he started MMA at 31, but he was a wrestler all of his life before that. So you still wouldn't say it was his peak years though.
I don't know. I think as soon as he finished thingy and came to UFC, he was pretty good. Let's face it. I mean, and Gustafsson was definitely the most highlighted fight in it.
I just read this comment here from Tough Book saying, I think Jones is a little scared of Tom from the aspect of size, speed, and power. The fact that he's younger also is obvious. Jones doesn't want to risk an L. Yeah, then vacate your belt and fuck off then, and go and
the
fight
thing is,
Jamal Hills, Derek Lewis's.
The thing is with this fight is, Aspinall's got one touch power, right? That's what Aspinall's got, yeah. Also, Aspinall's got legit jiu-jitsu at a high level, and you can't take the fucker, and you can't take the fucker down. So if John Jones can't take him down and outwork him,
he's done.
And he's done that here at his age. He just is. He just is, and he will beat the crap out of John Jones. I actually think if they fought, it might be a one-round demolition. You know, it might be embarrassing. Yeah. It might be embarrassing. You know that touch here. You know that changing the guard moment we see in all combat sport events when the one
we just saw it Max and Topuria. We just saw it Max and Topuria.
Yeah, and that's what it could be. It could be really embarrassing for John Jones if they fought, and that's why they don't want it. Don't want that smoke.
Yeah, facts.
We saw with Stipe and Francis as well.
Yes, it's very, very true. Obviously, I will touch on the fact the glove controversy this week. Complaints by the fighters, John Jones. Complaints that John Jones didn't like the glove, and they've gone back to the old glove. Yeah, and they fucked the new glove off completely. Back to the old glove. So eye pokes are back, baby. Back better than ever. So if anyone that bets, bet on someone getting eye poked.
And did you see John Jones's interview as well when he got asked about eye pokes, and he said he does it on purpose? He says, "I know it's an illegal move.
Yeah,
it's a secret weapon of his, and if he does, as long as he doesn't do it enough, they can't disqualify you." Because he said, if they take a point off me, they take a point off me. It don't really matter. So he's basically telling everyone he pokes the eyes on purpose. And that is why when he put the gold ones on, he said he can't straighten his hands. He couldn't poke. How many eye pokes are you going to see in the main event? How many eye pokes are you going to see in the main event?
Too many. Tough Book again with another comment. Shout out Tough Book. To me, that's not a true champion's mentality. If Jones believes he's that guy, you've got to fight Tom. John wants to be the true GOAT, beat Tom, then Alex, then retire. Then you're undisputed GOAT. Yeah, but when you listen to like them introducing Jones, the GOAT of GOATs, he ain't no GOAT of GOATs. How freaking dare you?
So again, here's the thing. Jay made a good point the other day. Again, I don't know. You did, bro. You did. Like, when you said like there's always going to be another contender, it's right. Like, let's be honest. Yeah. As much as we all think Aspinall would beat Jones, there is a very real world where Jones could beat Aspinall. And if he beats Aspinall, what are we going to say then? Are we going to go like, oh, he's got to beat Pereira now? And then if he beats Pereira, we're going to go, oh, he's got to beat Ankalaev now. Cool. Like, there's always going to be someone else. My thing with this whole thing was, you either retire or you fight Aspinall, or you drop the belt or give it to Aspinall and be like, look, bro, this is yours now. I just want to do like fun super fights. I'm not trying to do the whole just fighting number one contender stuff anymore. Like I want to do crossover fights, or I want to do this or that. If you said that to Aspinall from the beginning, I don't think there'd be an issue. Once again, the whole issue is Dana wanted to keep the belt on John because Francis had a belt outside the UFC and everyone sees Francis as the lineal champion. For the first time in the modern era of MMA, the current undisputed quote unquote UFC heavyweight champion is probably the third most deserving and third best heavyweight in the world. And it's obvious. Francis is the lineal champion, and Tom Aspinall's done way more work at heavyweight and is the legitimate heavyweight champion. Jones is carrying around the belt that he won against Cyril Gane and hasn't defended since.
It's the most disputed, undisputed title fight ever. Tough Book said, you got a point, you've all gained a subscriber. Massive shout out to you, my friend.
Tough Book.
Who you guys got, Jones or Stipe? I'm living in a fantasy land where I think Stipe could land the money shot. That will be the most hilarious shit I will ever see in my life.
I've changed my mind now. I think John Jones wins by 12-6 elbow stoppage.
I could see that as well.
I've gone second round ground and pound stoppage for Jones.
I'm going Stipe.
One thing I will say about Jones, his defense is extremely underrated. I think he's one of the least hit fighters on the feet in MMA. And what he does so well, because he's got length on everyone, he does this as just, you can't see my arm, but he does that as a defense. So effectively, he knows Stipe hasn't got as long reach as him. So if Stipe's swinging punches, or even if he's throwing straights, as long as he's on the end of Jones's punch, he can't get to Jones physically. And that's what Jones has mastered so well. And I don't think Stipe's mainly known for his boxing. He's not going to out wrestle Jones, in my opinion. He's not going to out grapple Jones. And he's not much of a kicker either. He's predominantly a fantastic boxer. So I think it kind of plays into John's hands.
Boxer,
Ottoman Turk, John Jones has been doing a lot of hand signals like Andrew Tate in the last 2 build-up videos. I've watched for the event, keeping his hand like a triangle shit whilst he's talking. I hope he does it. I just hope he does this for that. I hope he loses for that.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Jones realizes the damage he's actually doing to his legacy. Shall I tell you what it feels like? You see, like if I was doing something, you guys would call me out on it because we're friends. I don't think he's got people around him who are willing to call him out. Everyone seems to be a yes person in his stable. That's how it comes across, because someone should have pulled him to a side and be like, bro, the way you're moving is kind of mad. Like, unless you want people to turn against you for whatever reason, then, like, I'm going to be real. You see this whole legacy stuff as well? His legacy and his resume is not aging very well.
It's aging like milk.
It's not aging well at all. His last 3 fights at light heavyweight were Anthony Smith, Thiago Santos, and Dominic Reyes. How have those fighters done since they fought? Well. It's not aging well. He needs Cyril Gane to win against Volkov as well. If Volkov beats Cyril Gane, that's going to be another one.
Yeah, obviously, in the presser, Dana reiterates his belief. As long as John Jones is an active fighter, and he's the GOAT and pound for pound number 1. And you know what was ironic? They went back to John Jones and they went, he's pound for pound number 3. Literally, soon Dana said that, literally went to Jones and it popped up as like, he's pound for pound number 3.
Yeah.
Aged like milk. Big facts, it's aged like milk. And obviously, Stipe didn't really say any good one-liners. Not gonna lie, I couldn't really understand what he said for most of it. Got asked about whether or not that he's all right being the betting underdog. He said he's always been the betting underdog. Yeah, this is like the longest odds of him being an underdog against DC, JDS, for Doom. So he's used to pissing off Vegas.
Was he underdog? Was he underdog for the first DC fight? It couldn't have been.
I I think
Maybe
he's
for the
unstoppable.
second DC fight.
Yeah. Jones ducked Francis now. Jones ducked Francis. Jones now ducking Tom. He doesn't want a true challenge or a powerhouse to face. Facts, and I think we all need to apologize to Francis because people were liking to run this narrative, but a
No,
second
Dane was
Francis
running the narrative.
did, then
Dane
whoa,
was running the narrative.
oh shit, I'm back. Oh, I want to fight a heavyweight no more. And then do you know what? Because Ann Catchell asked him a question, right? How do you want to be remembered? I want to be remembered as the guy that came, saw, and conquered.
So cheesy.
Excuse me?
So
You didn't conquer
cheesy.
Francis and Ghana, you ran. You priced yourself out of the
Imagine
Francis.
I said to you guys, you know what? For the next 3 years, guys, I'm not gonna do any content on camera. I'm just gonna do audio because I'm gonna get in the gym and I'm gonna really dedicate myself and come back jacked and just ripped because I want to bulk up. And then 3 years later, I come back on screen and I'm just the exact same.
No,
What would you guys say? You'd be like, Cal, what did you do in those 3 years? Oh, yeah, I put on mass. Okay, you look the same. John Jones just looked like he stopped. John Jones just looked like he stopped exercising. 3 years to bolt.
That is true.
3 years to bolt, guys. Alex Pereira went from 85 to 205 in no time. We've seen other fighters move up weight divisions. We've seen light heavyweights go to heavyweight. But it took him 3 years to bulk up. Do me a favor, please. Get out of here, man. Guy's a liar. He's just a non-stop liar. And because he lies so much, it makes it easy to see through his lies at this point.
Mm-hmm. Definitely does.
But he's going to win at the weekend.
Cal could get on the juice and morph into John Jones.
Never. I'll say this here. I beg you, boys, if you ever see me going down the route where I start acting like him, just pull me to the side and just
talking. I need to listen to what Dana said. I need to check something quickly.
Jay, you've got full permission to just right hand to the chin, bro. Give it the Alex Pereira.
John Jones is coming out of a bit of a weirdo now, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's coming out of a bit of a weirdo. I don't get. I'm hoping he's not this delusional and dumb, and this is all part of a tactic that they're trying to put into place. And John Jones is playing the game, and he will fight Aspinall. I mean, if he turns around, goes, wins a fight clean, Aspinall comes in the ring, they have a face-to-face together, and goes, yeah, you and me next, let's finish this. And I'll be like, cool. So he did play the game. He played everyone. Wicked. But if he does retire, then he's weird because nothing makes sense. Why are you saying Aspinall don't deserve anything and then you want to fight Jamar Hill?
It's crazy.
It makes no sense. It don't make sense. Nothing make I'll give up the F8 title just to have some fun. What? Have fun at heavyweight with the belt.
Called out Derek Lewis. You guys, you know how much I love Derek Lewis. Derek's my guy. Jones called out Derek Lewis. Jones called out Derek Lewis just pulled out of his last fight for unknown reasons.
Yeah, Derek Lewis get absolutely hammered against John Jones. Jamar Hill's an easy fight as well.
You called out Jamar Hill and Derek Lewis. What?
But Aspinall is who's literally fought everybody is right. It's weird. Nothing makes sense.
Do you know where Derek Lewis is ranked in the heavyweight division?
12th.
11th.
Hey, you know where Stipe is ranked? 8. I just go some of these comments. Tough book again. Another conquered. Would have mean you were the top guy, and win every time. No ducks and pick your shots. Jones out there right now doing a coke and eating sea moss. Jones' sparring partners is his wife and pregnant women.
That was
Jeez.
dark.
I'm definitely never getting
Wow.
a Derek interview, by the
That
way.
was dark.
Derek Lewis versus Ngannou, let's run it back. Hell no. No, so what I
No,
just watched was
no.
Dana doing a post-interview scrum, and he got asked about it, and he's like, I know what type of character John Jones is, and he said, basically, he says he knows what happens if he wins. He says he doesn't know what happens if he loses because he's never seen it happen. I'm like thinking, well, technically you did. CJ, this is Jones's last ego run. Make the headline, and Dana feeds his ego. Well, let's hope Dana's actually growing a pair of cojones and say, hey, if you want to fight Pereira, you ain't fighting him. You can go retire and call his bluff. Because I guarantee you, if he does that, John Jones come back in 2 years, tail between his legs, because he's out of the media. Guarantee. He'll do a triple C. I think that people will miss him because people thought triple C. Triple C thought people would actually miss him, and people realized that no one gave a toss when Triple C retired. That's why Triple C had to come back. People will say the same to John Jones. He'll retire. People won't give a toss. Then he'll be back. Guarantee.
Yeah. I think people want him to retire now, though, don't they?
Yeah,
I'm fed up with him. I'm not gonna lie to you, boys.
Well, Dana's confirmed that Mickey Musumeci signs with the UFC to grapple on UFC Fight Pass. That's a hell of a that's gonna be a hell of a grappling match wherever he fights, because that's a big acquisition. And a loose sign an exclusive BJJ promotional agreement with the UFC. Interesting. Trying to think of anything else.
MVP and Shara Bullet.
Yes, that's confirmed. And there's some stuff that I won't discuss because I might do another video tomorrow, like who's going to headline UFC 310. Dana's announcing it after the event. I'll probably do a video on that tomorrow. Hamzat, that will be tomorrow. I thought, I won't do a video tomorrow because we've got Paul Tyson. Screw it. Looks like there's going to be another stream tomorrow night as well. Probably a little bit earlier than this because I want to get some sleep before Paul Tyson.
I'm really worried about the Tyson fight,
Yeah. Dana made enemies. He'll vacate if he wins, then comes back later to fight dumb fights. He loses, who knows? Maybe Francis. He'll never fight Francis.
He will never fight Francis in Ghana.
Dana White at the backstage media scrum on John Jones. I cannot see him not wanting to fight Aspinall. That's my 2 cents. Obviously, you've not. Well, it shows how much you're out of touch, Dana, because it looks for it. He wants.
Depends. All depends if this is just a massive work. I got your moment. We'll find out after the fight. That's where we'll find out.
Yeah, let's find out.
We'll find out after the fight because they're definitely bringing him. They're definitely bringing Aspinall into the ring. No doubt about it.
Guaranteed. Did you guys catch the Ridder's debut? He looked terrible. Yeah, he looked pretty shit, to be honest. And basically went, don't sign for ONE FC because they kill your career. And that's a double champ from ONE.
Yeah, that's not good
double
for
champ,
ONE
nearly
FC.
triple champ. Hey, shout out the new ONE heavyweight champion, by the way. First Senegalese champion in MMA. So shout out to the new ONE FC heavyweight champion. Trying to think. Now, obviously, John Jones is giving tickets to a cancer patient. The kid's got cancer. Cool. Nice thing to do. It's going to get decent seats, but yeah.
Do you guys ever think? Do you guys ever think that Glory heavyweight fighter Rico for Hilvin?
Yeah, I did see him in Aspinall.
Do you reckon he'll ever come to UFC?
I don't think so. No.
He's absolutely
the thing
massive.
is, Alex has opened the door for a lot of kickboxers because he's laid the blueprint. It's just that I don't know if every kickboxer translates very well over to MMA.
No, like that you think about. I think the only one who did this level, I'll probably Crocop and Alex, and that's it.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
Overeem as well.
obviously Floyd's probably the best boxer of this generation, but I'd say Terence Crawford or Canelo would translate better over to MMA with their boxing than Floyd would, for example.
Their wrestling background.
Yeah, but not just that, the punching power as well, and just they're not. Floyd almost became a point fight because his hands were so brittle, whereas Crawford and Canelo, they're looking to get you out of there.
Did you see that stat about Ilya has not thrown a single leg kick?
No, yeah, single body or head kick. He's throwing leg kicks, single body or head kick.
No,
that's crazy, isn't it?
That's just
we're not even seeing a full array of his arsenal, and he's doing what he's doing. It's crazy.
No.
Tough books. Fans should quack if Jones wins and show Tom in the crowd. Tom needs to get into the octagon. Bruce, after John Jones Stipe, and it's a majority draw, we run it back. I was slightly concerned because someone asked, Stipe, if you win, would you give John Jones an immediate rematch? Stipe went, yes. He would.
Yeah, Stipe fight his mum. You know what I mean? You know, like he's just that guy.
How is Jones getting an automatic rematch from one? I don't know, man. I'm so lost with the UFC at the moment. It's unreal.
Yeah,
I think that was the CT talk when he said that.
If it's a draw, oh my god! I got a feeling, guys, that the crowd are going to overtake the fight because I don't think anyone wants
did you
to
see MMA Guru basically put out a rallying call just saying like everyone should chant Aspinall or Tommy and
the whole fight.
The only thing John might have going in his favor is that he is from New York, so it could work out for him.
Yeah, but Tommy in the presser and a New York crowd, and they were like Tommy. So,
and you got on the mic,
New York crowd,
knock it off.
New York crowd, New York crowds are a bit weird, though, you know.
Yeah,
they can go. I watched the New York crowd cheer Sid Vicious and boo Shawn Michaels. So I'm just putting it out there.
Well, they booed Eddie Alvarez, who's not even far from there, and cheered Conor McGregor as well.
Yeah, but Eddie Alvarez is our mum boos him. Do you know what I mean?
A shout out to the people watching. 47 people in there watching from X and YouTube. So to shout out now up to 49. So shout out everyone that's tuned in. Make sure to subscribe to the two guys' channel. Links is in the description. Mike says going to unleash all that pent up energy from all those negative press conferences. Jake's going to run around the ring like a clown, probably. Jones is way north of New York, more towards Canada than New York City. Okay, I did have to say, right, it's sort of ironic how Jones was talking about Gordon Ryan, one of the best American athletes, where Gordon Ryan literally doesn't want to do MMA because he can't juice.
No, it's Gordon Ryan who's got that suspicious thing against his name as well.
It's not suspicious, bro. He was roided up.
Yeah, because
he's a roided up athlete. Yeah. Is that what I'm thinking?
Speaking of BJJ, guys, someone called Mikey Musumeci, who's seen as a BJJ prodigy, just signed with the UFC.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, did I? When did you say that? Did I miss that?
I said it. I just butchered his last name.
Oh.
Great. And another
I'd be interested to see where he goes.
Another crapper.
I'm just trying to think.
So, do you think? I know we mentioned it the other day, and I fobbed it off. Do you reckon Jones has got a slight injury though?
I do think he's carrying a limp.
He's limping.
He's doing the Saka. The guy that only eats pizza pasta.
Who's that?
Mikey Musi. I can't pronounce his name. Mighty Mouse got offered to do a BJJ thing against him, and he went no. That didn't interest him.
Yeah.
And Gordon Ryan talks all that shit and being a badass for being about being a jiu-jitsu goat, yet he'll never step into an octagon for a real fight and juices. Bum.
Yeah.
A9. Tom needs to jump in the ring after the fight and make it happen at all costs. Facts.
Oh, he will do. He will do. He will do. He has to. He has to.
Yeah, and
In his
if he
face.
sees Pereira get up in that cage before him, he needs to jump him and knock him out. And then take
If
his
Pereira
light
gets in,
heavyweight
I saw
belt.
what Dana said. If Pereira gets in there, that means that Dana's changed his mind.
Yeah, that's if Pereira's there. That was the only rumour going around that he's going to be there, wasn't it?
Well,
you never know.
well, we know Donald Trump's going to be there.
Pereira was at SmackDown last week, wasn't he? Mad.
Yeah, he was, to be fair.
Yeah.
He was. I did notice that some UFC fighters were defending John Jones today. Charles Johnson, lightweight.
Oh,
Jesus.
the unknowns. The unknowns, yeah. Big up.
Yeah.
Trying to get a
Or,
bit of favour with the
or
UFC,
Jamie
but-
would like to say the
Yeah.
bums.
The bums, yeah. Oh, I've got a T-shirt coming back, by the way. It's on its way.
I'd be very intrigued to see how you're going to spin bums on t-shirts. Like,
Trust me, it can spin. It can spin.
if anyone can, I suspect it will be you, bro.
Out, Jay. These new fans are something. Jones, after this fight, needs to go against Alex. Why? Is Alex the interim heavyweight champion?
I
And
tell
if
you
the
who
answer
did
is
a great.
no-
I tell you who did a great breakdown on the whole situation. That's Luke Thomas, your namesake.
Yeah, Luke Thomas.
He did a really good breakdown.
Because
Yeah.
let's be honest, Dana slapped that down. Says he's not booking that fight. Says Pereira's
Yeah,
not
because
got the
Dana knows that John ain't gonna stand and trade.
Yeah, he said he ain't got the wrestling. That's it. We need Tom to bitch slap Jones. You're damn right. Have Alex fight Tom when they gets Jones. No. Let Aspinall.
I think that might be the fight if both men retire though.
Yeah.
For the vacant title. I think that might be the
Do
fight.
you think
I think it'll be the winner of
retires if he
Volkov
has a
and
shit
gone.
performance?
Yeah.
Say that again, sorry.
Does Jones retire if he has a shit performance?
Yeah, he retires as long as he wins. He retires because he'll always spin it,
If
won't
he
he?
limps over the line against Stipe, do you think he retires? Because I
Yeah.
think he does. Because he's talking about like performance. If his performance is shit against Stipe, because I know Stipe's been out the octagon for the last few years, but that guy is in fucking good shape. But he has to be because he's a fireman.
And look, Stipe's cardio is probably pretty good as well because he's a fireman. So the training they have to go through. He's probably in better shape than we think he is, but he is still 42.
Yeah, he is, Jeff. We know Father Time is undefeated for a reason as well. I'll just see if there's anything else that's popped up before we wrap things up. Anderson Silva's in the house as well.
That's a fight that should have been made, by the way. John Jones Anderson Silva should have been made 12 years ago.
Yeah, instead we've got Anderson Silva DC, which was
that should have been a fight 12 years ago. It should have been made at 205. We missed
I do
it.
think Jones would have won it back then.
Maybe.
I remember
The fact
Jones.
is,
Again, Jones was smart.
Anderson weren't running in that fight.
Yeah, I know. Well, Jones kept on saying, I don't really want to fight Anderson. And then he changed his mind and went, I'm starting to see some chinks in his armor and he's getting a bit older. So I'll fight. I could see a fight happening now where, and I'm just thinking, even back then I was like, oh, so you didn't want it because you didn't think you could beat him. Whereas now you think you can beat him, so now you want it.
Anderson is as rangy and long as John is. It would have been an intriguing fight, you know.
John would have gone straight to wrestling though.
Yeah, but the thing is, we all forget how great thing is off his back.
Yeah,
Anderson.
I think Jones would have been too big
fight.
Hey, don't be
I
surprised
just feel
if
like
Jones after his next fight. Wouldn't surprise me.
Well,
Hamzat
in America 2025, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing.
Tom has Jones running like you saying. shadow of his former self. Facts. Anything you guys want to mention before we wrap up and take the people out? Because we've been going for an hour.
I've been having a look through. I've not seen anything else.
No, I've not seen.
Did you watch it? Did everyone watch the Hasbulla fight?
No,
I know he won though, right?
It was it was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. I literally pissed myself. I had to change my pants. It was it was like two jelly beans. It was literally like two jelly beans fighting. It was hilarious. I've never seen anything like it. I was in hysterics. And they was because they put them in a real size ring. It made it look worse.
Yeah,
they should have downsized the ring and stuff like that. So it highlighted them a bit more. But because they put them in a real size ring with the arena and all that, it just made them look terrible. Didn't do them any favours, man. But I'd love to smack Hasbulla up, I ain't gonna lie.
You don't like Hasbulla?
Nah, I'd smack him up every day of the week, man. Can't stand him.
Yeah, it's a little twerp.
And if I could find a woman to head kick Nina as well, do that for me as well. Yeah, I'm doing that as well.
Get Valentina on the phone.
I was going to say, you're not going to speak to wife, you know?
Yeah, well, she owed me a favour, but I'm waiting for something else for that.
Obviously, the British are coming. You're damn right. CJ, Jamaica USA watch along? No.
Drift's doing that.
I'm not. No, I think Drifty might be doing that. Yeah,
Cal, are you watching Jamaica USA?
No, I genuinely. I'm actually after this gonna do some pre-recorded MMA content, and then I've got to get to bed because I've got to be up early for school run and all that. Busy day, plus got the thing in the night, and then busy Saturday, then got UFC. So I need to try and catch as much sleep as I can between now and school runs are a bitch.
They're deaf. They kill you, man. Just kill her.
I don't have to books.
Killer.
And that bombshell, guys. Everyone,
they're the worst.
Everyone that's tuned in tonight, a bit of a bonus stream. Smash the like button if you're watching on YouTube. Follow us on socials if you're watching on X. Make sure to subscribe to Jamie's channel, Sanderson Show, Coppish as well for more great content. And make sure that you're with us on the Sanderson Show on Friday or early hours Saturday for Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, where we hopefully see Iron Mike deliver the KO to Jake Paul's boxing career. Tough, but later, fellas, later. And obviously, I'll have another stream tomorrow discussing the potential UFC 310 main event, Hamzat fighting for the belt, and then anything else that comes out, we'll be touching on that as well.
We'll be there.
So we will be there. Jamie, watch out. Gabi's brother's talking about you. Oh, that's Gabi's brother? Yeah. Cool. Little twerk.
I love Khabib as well. Why not?
Thanks for the show, lads. Thanks for the show. And everyone that's tuning in, massive thanks to you. And I will see you all tomorrow night.